1,000 laughs over a weekend as swell. Vail Comedy Festival. Pet an alpaca or hike a trail.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Live from Vail Comedy Festival. It's not exactly live. We're streaming this in a couple of days after the festival. I got Lynette Manning here. Hi, Lynette.
Hello.
All the way from Olympia, Washington. I assume that's where you are now. Is that true?
That is true. That's where I'm at.
So joining us from Washington State, we were just hanging out recently. You can tell because we are wearing the same t-shirt. All right. Nice long sleeve tee. You want to talk about the t-shirt? How does it feel? Is it soft? Is it coarse?
Soft, airy. You can wear it on a cool or a warm day. I enjoy it.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Well, this is Live from Vail Comedy Festival, where we have conversations with people involved with the comedy festival. And Lynette was one of the artists on the festival, had a real fancy artist badge with a lanyard. Do you still have your badge, your pass?
Oh yeah. I'm going to have it for the rest of my life. It was
all right. Little souvenir. We love that. Great art on that, by the way, by Jeff Tice. He's a comedian and artist, really just funny dude and incredibly talented artiste. So we got to spend 3 days together. Actually, Lynette and I spent 4 days together in Vail, right? You came in early.
I came in a little early.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about that what we did that night, that first night, the
Thursday.
Thursday.
We had a pre-festival show that night. I believe it was at Vail Brewing. It was awesome. It's just a good way to kick off the festival. The comedians were great. The crowd was awesome. It already felt like the festival was happening. So I was actually really happy that I got there early.
Yeah, that was a fun spot. I wasn't sold out because it was a free show, but it was at capacity. It was full. We couldn't fit any more people in there, and there are lots of surprises. We had a surprise headliner, and we had a surprise stage that was unexpectedly high. Something that I bought new for the festival, and that was one of the best things. That was one of those accidents that sometimes when you work hard and you try and do more, sometimes things work in your favor. Just the fact that I had that show, which I didn't need to do, but it was a nice excuse to get some of these comedians together that had flown in early. And it was a way to give back to the community and have a free comedy show. And Vail Brewing Company helped out as well. They were terrific. But I had bought that stage brand new for the festival, and I wouldn't have opened it until Friday night when we needed it. And when I opened it, it was like, what is going on here? It is so tall. It was 2 feet tall, up in the sky. So comedians had to like launch up onto it. And so it was good. It changed where it was going to be used in the venue that it was ultimately used during the festival. And so it was nice to have that heads up that this is an unusually tall stage.
Yeah, the stage itself was like its own comedian that night because it had its own personality. We had to climb up like a little ladder to get on top, but like the crowd loved it too, and it was it definitely helped the core muscles to like make sure that you're gonna fall off.
It added an element of silliness into the show. So let's see. How did you hear about the Vail Comedy Festival in the first place?
I saw it online on Facebook. I am part of the Comedy Festival's Facebook group, and so I saw it post there.
Okay. Do you apply to every festival you see on that group, or what's your strategy?
No, I don't apply to everyone. I saw that it was in Vail. It looked beautiful. I was like, that looks amazing. I had never been, and so I applied for it, and I was just one of the lucky people that got in. So, but not everyone. I definitely want to check out places I've never seen before, and I kind of check out the venue. But it looked gorgeous there, so I'm happy I got in.
Awesome, cool, and you had a good time. So you're there for 4 days or 4 nights, 5 days maybe. How'd you get in? You flew in from Washington, I take it, and then how'd you get from the airport to Vail?
Yeah, we flew in from Washington State, direct flight, red eye. Got in at about 4 a.m. time. I think it was like 3 a.m. back home, but got in super early. We rented a car, even though you don't really need a car when you're in Vail. The car stayed parked the entire time. But it was nice to have to get us to there. And we had an extra day, so we did a little romping around after the festival.
Nice, awesome. And you felt like you knew the town at that point, so you knew.
Oh yeah, it was so great. Everything was so accessible. The Slack channel that was created was really helpful to like see what was going on in the village and see where the comedians were going. You know, they were going on and saying, "Hey, I'm going to breakfast here." So it was just like really cool, like this team camaraderie feel. And yeah, you really didn't need to drive anywhere. We did walk over to Lions Head, I think, Lions Head Village.
Yep.
That was a little bit of a trek. I didn't realize how far it was, but not terrible. It was like a mile or something.
It's about a mile, maybe 15, 20 minutes. 20 minutes if you're looking at things and run into a moose or something like that.
That was like the furthest that we went, but it was all super easy to get
What
to.
do you do in Lion's Head?
We went to the Little Diner.
The Little Diner, they're my favorite. I'm telling you, they should be a sponsor as much as I promote them to the comedian and talked about them on stage and live from Vail Comedy Festival. It's come up in almost every episode.
It was recommended. I think actually your friend recommended it to us. So we went over there. It was delicious, amazing. Okay. And then we checked out Rocket Fizz, which was one of the promoters of the festival. Mm-hmm. And just walked around. We were there kind of early, so not a lot of things were open, but it was super nice.
Did you bring your coupon? And did you buy anything at Rocket Fizz, or did you just?
I did bring my coupon. I did buy some things to bring home to my kiddo. So there's like this super spicy. It's weird. It's a toe. It's called Satan's Toe, and it's like a challenge, like a spicy challenge. And I got it because my husband, while I was gone, he hurt his toe pretty badly, and I thought it was kind of hilarious. So I brought it home, and we did try it, and it was too much to eat. It was way too spicy. Way too spicy. It was like
is it like chocolate. Is it some kind of sweet at the same time spicy, or it's only spicy?
It's only spicy. Like I think initially there's a little bit of a cinnamon taste, and then it's just hell after that. Like terrible. So I got that. I got some chocolate. Got some licorice. It was a really cool store.
Nice. Yeah. It's incredible. It's wild. Did you when you were at Little Diner, did you sit at the bar or in a booth?
Sat at the bar. So
you got to watch the kitchen operate. They're so busy.
They're a machine. Oh my gosh. They like had it down. The food was super fast coming out. We got that kind of famous pancake that they make there.
The Dutch pancake. So good. Did you get a topping on it?
No, we just did the regular and then like the sides of syrup or something. Pretty basic, but it didn't really need much. It was so good.
Nice. That's awesome. Way to live like a local. When you visited Vail. Way to go, Lynette. I'm impressed.
Everyone was so welcoming. It was just really nice. Everyone was
Did anybody recognize you?
After my set at the Bridge Street Bar, I went to the Red Lion to get something to eat. And two of the patrons at the Bridge Street Bar show came over and bought me a drink. So, they put a drink down in front of me. They're like, best 5 minutes ever. And I was like, thank you. So
we had a lot of positive feedback. We did surveys during the festival. And one of the questions was like, who is one of your favorite comedians or venues so far? And you were one of the more common names. You were kicking ass.
That makes me happy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know how to take compliments, but appreciate it.
Well, there it is. So tell me, so you did a spot at Bridge Street Bar. What was that like? What's the venue? Just kind of give us a.
I thought it was really cool. Yeah, it's like down in like the little basement area. It was like kind of an intimate setting. Everything was pretty close. I loved the stage. I mean, it wasn't big, but it was great lighting. You had the nice banner behind us. I felt really close to the audience, and so I can engage and kind of get that eye contact in. The bartender there, Andy.
Shout out to Andy.
Yeah, shout out to Andy. He was great. It was nice to have the little green room area in the back for the comedians. Super cool venue. I was also at Cucina.
Nice. That was a cool venue.
That was really cool. Well. The little couches with like the furs and stuff. Felt
very fancy.
Super fancy. And then
it didn't seem like it was going to be a great comedy room because people were kind of spread out and the ceilings were high.
Yeah.
But either the comedians were crushing or there was something unusual about the acoustics there because the laughter was great.
Yeah, I felt like it worked well. I know what you're saying there. I wasn't sure how that was going to work because there was also kind of a big open dining area to the side. But I felt the laughter. I felt it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Lighting was, usually I'm used to like a dark room, but so you really saw faces, but but it was awesome. And the staff there were incredible.
Yeah, they're very well trained, and there's a great brunch there as well.
I know. I saw their menu. I'm kind of bummed I didn't eat there, but super friendly.
Cool. Did you perform? Excuse me. Did you do the open mic ever?
I did not get to the open mic, so I'm bummed about that. I did not. I know.
Naughty.
It's true. There's things that I look back on that I wish I took part of, and that was one where I missed out.
What else did you miss out on? What else do you wish you had done?
I kept getting to the late show late, so like it was already so crowded, which is good. It's a good problem.
Yeah.
So I ended up like standing outside, so I missed some of the late show over at Aviation Nation. That and the open mic was kind of a bummer that I missed out on. I'm also like bummed out I didn't take advantage of the headshot situation with Nick. Like I was signed up, but I had the times wrong because
the time zone. A lot of people got confused by that.
Yeah,
it was in your home time zone, wherever you signed up for it, and it goes into your Google Calendar or whatever. And
I got that mixed up. But I went to yoga. That was super fun.
That was cool. Why don't you tell people about that?
Yeah, so yoga was put on by I think one of the local yoga instructor owners of the town.
Julie Cadu, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was great. There was 4 of us comedians there. We did it in the comedian lounge. And it was great. I've only done yoga once in my life, and I was like 26 weeks pregnant at the time. So like I was blaming pregnancy as being the reason why I couldn't like do certain things, but no, it's just in general. I can't do many poses. But there were 2 other male comedians there, actually. They were like floating on air next to us. I don't even know how. They were just on their knees doing crazy stuff. But that was a really cool perk for the comedians to do.
Cool. And super early. I'm impressed at the people who showed up. So
it was a great way to start the day, though.
Did you get some good pictures, even though you didn't get your headshots?
I got some good photos. Nick sent me over some via Gmail. I think you also sent me a folder as well. So the pictures that I did get were great. So I got those saved. But I love the photos, especially the ones that he got, I think, at Aviation Nation. I think because that background was like super colorful.
Aviator Nation.
Aviator Nation. Thank you.
A lot of people make that mistake.
Yeah.
Nick Holmby, shout out to him, dude. IDK is the name of his company. Incredible photographer, videographer. He just did an incredible job capturing in fact, the background that if people who are watching this right now, where I got this fancy kind of TV studio look, and the photo in the background is one he took at Aviator Nation.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Laughing, smiling faces. And this photograph actually ran in the Vail Daily on Monday morning, I think.
Oh, yeah. I think you sent us the link for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome.
Awesome. All right. So you've been to several festivals. What's something you really like, not about Vail Comedy Festival, but just about comedy festivals in general? What's something you really like?
It's hard because I gotta tell you, I love the Vail Comedy Festival. I think out of all, I'm not just saying because we're talking right now. But
we'll get to that in a second. Let's pause on the compliments to Vail Comedy Festival. Just in general, previous comedy festivals, what's something like, why should comedians go to comedy festivals in general?
Oh, just meeting the other comedians really from around the state. It was really cool to, I don't want to say network because that makes me sound kind of like business, but it is networking, right? But it's also just creating new friendships with comedians from across the US or, above or whatever. I think that's my favorite part. I ran into a few comedians at this festival that I met at previous festivals. And you wouldn't think that you'd meet someone again from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, but you did, so like, it's just cool. So just making those friendships and those connections.
Is that Travis that you're talking about or somebody else?
Travis, Cody, and
that's right. Cody Ulrich. Yeah.
Ian drove in, actually.
Yes. Not part of the festival officially, but did some open mics and
so that was really cool. So just the networking really is my takeaway. I made some really good friendships, I think.
Cool. So in general, comedy festivals are great for meeting comedians around the country. And what you're saying is at the Vail Comedy Festival, it was especially good. Everybody was super nice and
Yeah, I think it was especially good, coming in and being greeted at my door with a welcome basket of things, the gift cards. I mean, really, if you worked it out, you didn't like we didn't have to buy anything. You took good care of us.
Yeah.
The volunteers were amazing. The Slack channel that was created with the volunteers to tell us what's going on in the festival. That's not happened at previous festivals I've been to. Gift cards to get coffee and food around town, the discounts at the bars that we went to go after the shows. Yeah, this was my favorite. I gotta tell you, Mark, this was my favorite.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
You heard it here. Lynette Manning, her favorite comedy festival, the Vail Comedy Festival. That's
yeah.
great. So just to close that out, who are some comedians you met for the first time that you especially enjoyed connecting with?
Oh man, Caitlin was a killer.
Caitlin Flupo? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
So,
first time I met her. Oh my goodness, how amazing is she? Like that was incredible. The energy was amazing. Sammy was really cool.
Sammy
Like,
Anzer,
yeah,
originally from
Eric
Queens, New York, now
from
in Denver,
Queens.
Colorado.
Yeah, Eric from Los Angeles.
Eric
Uh,
Hellwig. Yep.
Aaron Oren was really cool.
Oren B, one of our
Yeah,
festival staff guys,
yeah,
one of the longest running open mics in Denver, and I love anybody who runs an open mic. They're like the angels of
yeah.
comedy, if you ask me.
Yeah,
So
he was just great from the very, from Thursday night. I met him there. Dave, volunteer there. He was amazing.
yes,
Super
yes.
nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. So sorry, you're saying comedians, but
Yeah,
uh,
no, the staff were just as much a part of the family. Dave did a lot of great work, and
mhm.
the festival wouldn't have happened the way it did without the volunteers. They were all
Yeah,
awesome.
for
All
sure.
right, let's switch. Let's switch to the negative side. So not Vail Comedy Festival, but comedy festivals in general. What's something that you're not quite as psyched about, or something that people need to look out for when they're thinking about going to a comedy festival?
And the dark side of it. I guess, you had mentioned earlier why I chose the certain festivals. I guess just really, really make sure you're going to ones that is going to benefit you in whatever way you're trying to be benefited. I went to a particular festival and it was great and it was fun. I don't know if it is going to help me with my comedy career necessarily, with where it was. But yeah, I don't know. I think I don't have too many negative or dark things to
Right.
say other than
Well,
that. I just
there was a little secret. I mean, I think a few people knew, but we kind of kept it quiet from the comedians. But there were some industry at the festival. There was a comedy club owner that gave out some work to some comedians, and there was a national booker for a mountain town at the festival.
very cool.
Not me, by the way, even though I do book nationally
Yeah,
for a mountain town comedy show. Uh, but yeah, so there was some industry there. So
yeah.
if he did well, people paid attention and they may reach out in the future. And I'm pretty excited about that. And that's something I want to expand at the Vail Comedy Festival is how we, take care of and entice industry people to come to the festival and have a good time.
Awesome. Well, nobody talked to me, so now that makes me kind of sad. But
Oh, Lynette, it's
that's
fun.
okay.
It's
You know
fun.
what? That's right. That's all right. You said you got some good comments from audience members, and that makes me happy. So
Yes, yes, you were
yeah.
definitely recognized as a star of the
Oh,
festival. Okay,
stop.
so let's go back in time. Let's imagine you could time travel back to the first time you did stand-up comedy. What's something you would tell yourself? One thing.
Oh, one thing I would tell myself is that it's gonna take. This sounds negative, but not really. It's gonna take a lot more time than you think. And that's just to be good. I don't know, to be good, time out of your day. One of the things that was hard for me at the festival was I actually went there right after another one. And so I was away from my home and away from my brand new 2-year-old. So it's just to know the time commitment in this, if you're truly getting after it, how much time it's going to take, I guess.
Yeah, that's great advice to give a brand new comedian. Okay, so
Yeah.
where can people find you on the internets?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Lynette Laughs. That is the best way to find me and follow me on my comedy journey.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks so much for being a part of the first Vail Comedy Festival. I guess in closing, was there a business or two we haven't mentioned yet that you really enjoyed maybe somewhere you spend something from your gift bag or.
Let's see. I feel like we've mentioned the places that I
You can
went to.
describe it if you can't remember the name. I'll help
Yeah,
you.
there was one. It was GNC.
Oh, GSC, Gorsuch
GSC.
Cafe, right
Yes,
next to the one. So cute. Did you go in
very
there?
cute. I did go in there. I went in
Yeah.
there, got some coffee, looked at some very expensive clothes, put them back, walked away. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a great way to end on a nice laugh. I'm Mark Masters. That's Lynette Manning. This has been live from Vail Comedy Festival. Tune in again for another episode.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.